Yes, my name's Andy. Can you hear me? Testing.
Coming up next, the long cold winter drags on as people recover from a record-setting blizzard in the Northeast.
And so you're back out there again with the shovel for that wet, sloppy snow?
Is more snow on the way?
Plus, some spring break trips to Mexico canceled because of violence across the country after the killing of an accused drug lord.
And an event in Center County marks the 4-year anniversary of Russia's Ukraine invasion.
We call people who come and stand with us, Ukrainians, by heart.
The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Andy Lee.
And I'm Mia Tricarico. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, people across the Northeast are still digging out today from a record-setting blizzard this week. Central PA escaped the worst of it, but our winter weather may not be over yet. Reporter Olivia Swigart is live in University Park with more. Olivia?
Mia, it is a beautiful day out here. Temperatures are starting to warm up and almost all of the snow is gone from this week's storm. But along the coast, it is a very different story for those who are trying to recover from that massive blizzard.
Days after a blizzard roared up the East Coast, they're still digging out. From New York to Massachusetts to Maine. And about 200,000 people are still without power. Senior meteorologist Chad Merrill at State College-based AccuWeather says the storm will go down in history for some cities.
It was definitely a record-breaking snow, and it took the snowfall amounts from near average to well above average for the season.
Providence, Rhode Island had almost 38 inches of snow. Philadelphia saw about 14 inches. Here in Center County, nearly 8 inches fell from some spots. Ann Louise Kropp, a State College resident, says the cleanup is frustrating.
we'll get outside and we'll shovel the driveway out, or we'll snow blow the driveway. And inevitably, as soon as you've finished that, the snowplow comes through the neighborhood, blocks off the end of your driveway. And so you're back out there again with the shovel for that wet, sloppy snow.
The calendar turns to March this weekend, but more winter weather may be on the way.
Yes, so don't put away those snow shovels and gloves just yet. Student meteorologist Filippo Formica is in our studio right now with the latest on weather. Filippo?
Thanks, Olivia. Yes, we have more snow chances on the way. That's the last thing many people want to hear. Besides a quick Arctic front moving through on Sunday, our next chance will be Monday evening as a slider moves through the area. Right now, heaviest snowfall totals will be south of the Turnpike. And another chance on Tuesday. This will start as snow, switch to a mix, and eventually end off as rain. That's our European model. The GFS has a very similar story, keeping those chances farther off to the south, but something to closely monitor as we go into the early part of next week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Filippo. A lot of people will escape the cold on spring break trips soon. One popular destination is Mexico, but right now, security in some parts of the country is a big concern. After the killing of an alleged drug lord, Ashley Mascaro has more.
This has been the scene on the streets of Mexico over the past week. Violence erupted in multiple cities after the surprise capture and killing of accused drug lord Ruben Cervantes, also known as El Mencho. Cartel retaliation has sparked fear throughout the country and beyond. In the U.S., it's led to the cancellation of upcoming spring break trips, including for some Penn State students. Allie Stevens found out her trip to Puerto Vallarta is now off.
It was kind of up in the air whether it was going to get canceled or not, or if we were going to get refunded or a different trip. So it was kind of like going to bed on Sunday, like not really knowing officially if it was canceled.
There are also some U.S. tourists still stranded in Mexico after shelter-in-place order and canceled flights.
Supposed to fly back to Minneapolis yesterday, and of course that flight got canceled. So I've just been trying to figure out how to get home. But now I have a new flight on Friday, so my vacation has been extended.
Mexican residents also had their lives affected. We talked with one person with Pennsylvania family ties.
In work, they sent us a communication that if we can schedule all our meetings like via Zoom.
Mexican authorities say more than 60 people have been killed and 70 people arrested in the violence. I'm Ashley Mascaro for the Center County Report.
The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration calls the Jalisco New Generation Cartel one of the 5 most dangerous criminal organizations in the world.
Mexico is just one of many worldwide issues the U.S. is monitoring right now. President Donald Trump delivered his State of the Union address this week. Reporter Bronwyn Leiber has local reaction.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
In the longest State of the Union address in decades, President Donald Trump declared what he called a, quote, new age of American prosperity.
The state of our union is strong.
In his first address of his second term, the president painted an optimistic picture of the economy despite stubborn high prices on everyday items.
Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
College students who watched the address reacted.
I found that a lot of the points that he said that were good were generally flawed in a sense.
It was very disappointing to see that this is what it's come down to, and it's very reminiscent of Nazi Germany to me.
The speech also came days after the Supreme Court struck down his global tariff initiative. Meanwhile, on immigration, Trump defended his crackdown as Democrats shouted back.
We now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
But Democrats delivered a very different message. Texas Congressional Al Green was removed after protesting, and outside the Capitol, demonstrators gathered.
And we will not sit down, shut up, move on, or be silenced.
In a more unifying moment, the U.S. men's Olympic gold medal hockey team was honored during the event.
You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever.
With midterm elections approaching, political wins will be the key for both Democrats and Republicans. I'm Bronwyn Leiber for the Center County Report.
The key midterm elections happen later this year. For Pennsylvania, the political battles begin with the primary on May 19th.
As the U.S. deals with challenges around the world, including Mexico, Venezuela, and Iran, this week also marked the 4-year anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion in Ukraine. Reporter Julia Henry says a rally marked the somber anniversary in State College.
Music, posters, and flags, all showing solidarity for Ukraine, on display at the Allen Street gates. This week's event in State College marks the 4th anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Olena Zatava teaches Slavic studies at Penn State. She was born and raised in Ukraine before moving to the U.S. in 1994 and says the Center County community is special.
We call people who come and stand with us Ukrainians by heart.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said this week that Russia has not broken his country's people, and he said they must keep fighting.
Because all of us people will have to run away from the country or be Russians.
Michael Naidan is a Penn State professor of Ukrainian studies. He's been teaching here since 1988 and even co-translated Zelensky's biography. He says Putin wants to erase the Ukrainian people, language, and culture from history. He's an active member of the Ukrainian community here.
It's a very, hardworking, patriotic bunch, and there's a lot of love there, a lot of support, for the homeland in Ukraine.
As the war enters its 5th year, a U.S.-led diplomatic push to end the largest conflict on the continent since World War II appears no closer to a peace deal. So the rallies keep happening. This one in State College ended with the playing of the Ukrainian national anthem, followed by the U.S. national anthem on a trumpet in front of a yellow and blue candlelit heart of solidarity. In State College, I'm Julia Henry for the Center County Report.
The war has cost hundreds of thousands of lives, including more than 15,000 civilians.
Back at home, a long dormant motel in State College could be getting new life soon. The Autoport opened in 1936 on South Atherton Street. It was Pennsylvania's oldest motel, but it closed and has sat vacant for a decade. Property owner South Atherton Real Estate has submitted a development plan that includes building a convenience store, gas station, restaurant, and retail buildings there. No tenants are confirmed yet, but the plans are set for review by the borough next month. A building on Penn State's campus remains closed after a structural issue, and there's no indication yet when it will reopen. We do know the Susan Welch Liberal Arts Building will be closed through the spring semester. University officials say engineering assessments are ongoing. Classes and events have been moved across campus during the shutdown.
Penn State is moving ahead with the next phase of renovations in Pollock Halls at University Park. The Board of Trustees has approved nearly $80 million to renovate Heister and Schultz Halls. This comes as renovations to Rittner and Wolf Halls are nearing completion. This project is part of a long-term plan to modernize East and Pollock housing. Construction is set to begin in May and wrap up next year.
Still to come, more on the weekend weather as we check the 7-day forecast.
And Penn State football loses one of its coaches to the NFL. Also coming up, a record amount of money raised for kids at this year's Penn State Dance Marathon. So, where do the millions go? Penn State's Thon set a new record this year with more than $18 million raised to help in the fight against childhood cancer. Reporter Owen Camaros explains where those dollars go.
More than 700 students stood for nearly 2 days straight last weekend at Penn State's Thon, a 46-hour, no sitting, no sleeping dance marathon. The event is the culmination of a year-long effort to raise money to support families of children with cancer.
Seeing like the little kids smiling and having a good time is such a good reminder like why we do what we do.
This year's events raised a record $18.8 million, breaking last year's total by over $1 million. Thon partners with 4 Diamonds. The charity financially supports kids with cancer who qualify for the program.
It does have a financial impact on a family, so it is a tremendous gift to be able to take that pressure away.
4 Diamonds funds research, investments, administrative costs, patient care, and family support. Suzanne Graney learned early on from a single mom and her teenage son how impactful that financial support can be.
What she had witnessed in her son was that he felt really guilty about having cancer. He felt guilty that it was going to financially ruin their small family.
The money raised each year at Thon helps families just like that. In fact, since partnering with Thon in 1977, 4 Diamonds has helped more than 5,500 families.
It provides hope for every child that is fighting right now.
In University Park, I'm Owen Camaros for the Center County Report.
4 Diamonds covers all medical bills for participating families. According to Penn State Health, to qualify to be a 4 Diamonds family, you have to be diagnosed with cancer before you're 22, be a resident of PA, and receive your cancer care from Penn State Health Children's Hospital. Now, to Filippo with the weather.
And last week, the dancers walked into Thon with 50 degrees and beautiful sunny skies and left with snowflakes, and that's a very similar situation to what we're seeing this weekend across central Pennsylvania. Right now at the Penn State Arboretum, plenty of snow melt underway with our temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, 46 degrees right now in State College, feeling like 41 with a west-northwesterly wind at 12 miles per hour. What I'm watching for this weekend and early next week, a Saturday swell on the way, snow showers for Sunday, going out like a lion, that's late February, and starting early March like a lion as well. More winter precipitation is on the way for next week. Our radar and satellite imagery across Pennsylvania right now. Beautiful sunny skies for most, some high clouds in southeast Pennsylvania, and that's the story across much of the country right now. A southern slider moving out into the Atlantic. That will be no concerns here in Pennsylvania. Let's take a look at our futurecast here. This is Saturday evening. Clouds start to roll in, and during the day on Sunday, we're watching for a few snowflakes here in central Pennsylvania. These will not be accumulating to much more than just a quick dusting that will be melting away pretty much instantly, but some snowflakes to watch before we get into Sunday evening, where skies clear, but a northerly flow brings in a reinforcing shot of cold air. Now, as we move into later on this weekend, early next week, we're watching high pressure that's going to build in across the Northeast. How strong this high pressure is will depend on how far south this system goes for Monday. If this storm is farther to the south, that means the high pressure is stronger. And as we go into the Tuesday timeframe, that high pressure will also lock in colder air shallow across areas of eastern Pennsylvania especially, and we could see a wintry mess of snow to mix to freezing rain, then rain as we go into the day on Tuesday. So the good news is right after that, looks like above average temperatures on the way for next week. But for today, 50 degrees are high, sunny skies, light winds. As we go into tonight, we'll see our low temperature at 34, mostly clear skies, light winds continuing as we go into tomorrow. That Saturday swell, gorgeous, 55 degrees are high. That's well above average for this time of the year. A westerly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And March comes in like a lion and is sure going to as we start March on Sunday with some snow showers. Snow showers continuing on Monday as that storm system moves through. But Tuesday is the day to watch with a wintry mess of multiple different precipitation types.
Filippo, thank you so much. I just cannot wait for these cold fronts to pass and for spring to officially come.
Yep, I agree. Can't wait to finally get some consistent warm weather so we can go out on campus, watch these spring sports in action.
Absolutely.
And now to Kate with sports.
Coming up in sports, we check in with Penn State football as the team heads towards spring practice. And the Nittany Lions just lost another coach. Also, where Penn State hockey stands in the rankings with 2 weeks left in the regular season. I'm Kate Howie with sports. It's February, but college football is back in the spotlight. 9 former Penn State players are at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis this weekend. Back in State College, new coach Matt Campbell has been busy with the transfer portal and building his new staff and the new team. This week at a media availability, players talked about their new coach and his goals for the season.
Straight to the point on what his goals are and stuff, so he didn't really beat around the bush. He just got straight to the point and told us that we're not really here to rebuild, we're here to win.
After wide receivers coach Noah Pauley left the program this month, Campbell now faces another vacancy. Assistant quarterbacks coach and former Penn State QB Trace McSorley is taking an NFL job with the Buffalo Bills. Penn State will look to replace McSorley as the calendar turns to spring practice and the annual Blue-White weekend set for April 25th. With 2 weekends left in the regular season, Penn State men's hockey sits at number 5 in the national rankings. 2 wins over Ohio State last weekend boosted the Nittany Lions NPI, which determines postseason seeding. The top 4 in the index are 1 seeds in the tournament. But Big Ten rivals Michigan State and Michigan are first and second with conference playoffs looming. Penn State travels to South Bend to play Notre Dame this weekend. Now to high school basketball. State College continues to roll through the playoffs. The Little Lions play Taylor Alderdice tonight for a spot in the PIAA tournament. State College won the District 6 championship last week when they beat Mifflin County Huskies, earning their 5th straight district title. The State College girls ended their season last week, falling to Altoona in the district championship game. In high school wrestling, after competing in the PIAA District 6 championships, State College turns its sights to the 3A West regionals. Luke Young, James Whitbread, and Teek Sanderson all won individual championships. For other state high boys wrestlers, placed high enough to advance to the regionals. Meanwhile, Starlin Amel Rash qualified on the women's side. Regionals start later today in Cannonsburg. Penn State women's lacrosse is off to its strongest start in nearly a decade. The Lions dominated Drexel 16-3 on Sunday in Philadelphia. Peyton Wayman led the offensive explosion with a career-high 5 goals. The team is on the road tomorrow against Cornell. And men's lacrosse returns home tomorrow for its military appreciation game against Yale. The Nittany Lions entered this matchup with a 2-2 record after falling to Navy in their last game. That's all for sports. So guys, spring sports is upon us. What teams are you guys excited to watch this season?
I'm super excited for women's lacrosse. They're killing it this season, and I cannot wait to see them in action.
For me personally, I can't wait for the men's baseball team to get back on campus for those Dollar Dog nights.
Thanks, Kate. Coming up next, Hands-On Learning, a Center County group helping students learn about robotics and STEM roles, is working to grow even bigger.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Center County 4-H robotics team has been growing, and it's now looking for financial support to keep up with the size of the team. Reporter Kira Cannon has the story.
For these students, robotics isn't just a hobby. It is a hands-on way to build confidence, teamwork, and real-world tech skills. The Center County 4-H Robotics Club, or CC4H, has grown quickly, now serving more than 100 students from elementary school through college.
My experiences have been fantastic. It's giving me real-world experience like that you wouldn't have with another club.
But organizers say that growth comes with challenges, especially funding.
We raise funds in a variety of different ways. It costs about $70,000 a year to sustain the club in its current size and format.
What started as a small club is now expanding into a larger nonprofit effort, hoping to bring more STEM opportunities to local kids through CenterSTEM.
A great community. They're all very welcoming here, very willing to teach you things, and I've learned so many skills through the club.
Students say CC4H teaches skills they don't always get in the classroom, from engineering to leadership, business opportunities, and more.
Like I'm being put in a position where I'm like leading this thing, or I'm getting to communicate with professionals about how they do it and then like implement it in its own way.
Organizers hope future funding will allow them to expand into AI, cybersecurity, and a large space for hands-on learning. For now, they say every donation helps power the next generation of innovators. In State College, I'm Kira Cannon for the Center County Report.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us next Friday for another local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report socials. We leave you with some of the sights and sounds of Thon 2026. Have a good weekend.
See so many kids just giving up their time for the cause. It's an unbelievable feeling.
And we dance that someday no family must endure what ours has. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
In Iraq, our truck hit a roadside bomb. I had about 16 surgeries on my hand so that I could regain function. And when I came home, I needed a new roof due to a storm. And I was about to lose homeowners insurance as well. I applied for Operation Homefront Critical Financial Assistance Program. And it's good to know that when we come home, there are people who are there that care about us. Operation Homefront, they've really been a blessing.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
The new Walk MS experience was so uplifting. All of us are coming together, not only for that walk day, but for every day.
I love the energy at Walk MS. It is community, it is family. I can ride that high for the rest of the year.
A cure is on the line for me.
A cure is on the line for all of us.
It's a stunning Asian country with huge mountains, lakes, and bustling cities. But it also features thousands of miles of rich farmland and a history of nomads.
This is Kazakhstan, the 9th largest nation in the world.
Our team of Penn State student journalists traveled here to tell the stories of the Kazakh people and how their country is gaining new importance and respect in a fast-changing world. This is the Center County Report in Kazakhstan. Salem and hello from Almaty, Kazakhstan. I'm Yeya Wan.
And I'm Allie Satterfield. Thank you for joining us for the Center County Report special. We're going to take you around this beautiful and unique city and country to bring you some of the interesting stories making news here.
First, a look at where we are. Kazakhstan is in Central Asia. Its neighbors are China to the east, Russia to the north, and other former Soviet republics to the south. It's more than 6,000 miles from central Pennsylvania. A former Soviet satellite, Kazakhstan is now making moves to cement itself as a leader in Central Asian relations and a key nation on the changing world stage. I asked Kazakh citizens what the vision for their country looks like. Shokan Lalmulin is a professor at the Kazakh British Technical University in Almaty. He's content with his life in a prosperous and independent Kazakhstan, but he still holds fond memories of Soviet times. He remembers the shock he felt in 1991 when the Soviet Union collapsed.
It was really strange, surreal thing. Personally, I couldn't believe that such a powerful bastion could fall.
For many younger Kazakhs, Lalmulin's nostalgia for the Soviet era is surprising and a journey into a past they have no interest in reviving.
And when my grandmother, for now, and my mother, when they are talking about Soviet Union and the time when they lived there, they really liked it. Of course, everyone who is privileged will like it.
Shalkar Nursaitov leads the Center of Policy Solutions, a think tank based in Almaty. One of his areas of expertise is Kazakhstan's multi-vector policy. It's a foreign relations strategy that aims to maintain good diplomatic and trade relations with multiple global powers rather than aligning with a single one. Kazakhstan shares borders with Russia and China, making it well-positioned for a multi-vector policy. 34 years after independence, it's reaping the benefits of good relations with both countries, as well as with the European Union and the United States. It's become a transportation and logistics hub for China's Belt and Road Initiative, connecting supply chains between East Asia and Europe. It has vast oil, gas, and other mineral resources that are in worldwide demand. And it's fostering robust educational exchanges with the top universities in the world. The strategy sounds good on paper, but it's not without critics.
Our foreign policy can be described as successful enough, but at the same time is not strong enough to pursue our national interests in the global world.
One reason? Its powerful neighbor to the north still exerts considerable influence.
Kazakhstan has become more dependent in terms of politics on the Kremlin.
Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, some worry that Russia could eventually set its sights on Kazakhstan.
We have seen the reaction of the Russia for the Ukraine to join the NATO. That's why maybe Russia wants to settle down in the Soviet Union time.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has made no secret of his goal to rebuild a post-Soviet empire. About 15% of Kazakhstan's population is ethnic Russian. Public opinion on the war is mixed. A survey conducted in February found almost a third of Kazakh citizens support or justify the war in some way. One factor, according to the survey, is the information these citizens receive has been filtered through Russian propaganda. Some Kazakhs say they're staying neutral.
And to me, the Soviet citizen, I see it as a civil war without taking any side.
As the war drags on, Laumulin maintains his Soviet identity. But Alina Kakin says she wants Kazakhstan to move away from Soviet-era values.
We still have disadvantages I think, inside of the system of the government, because we still follow the USSR values, and not so openly maybe, but still we have the outrage of that. So, and hopefully we will just get rid of them.
As it diversifies its market economy, Kazakhstan has seen steady growth in the tech industry and green energy. Yet, Kazakhs are also feeling the effects of global inflation. Ahmed Jibek says Kazakhstan's current dependence on other powers upsets her.
It's not making me happy at all. It's not making our economy happy at all. So I hope that our country won't be depending to other countries.
Kazakhstan's domestic challenges are likely to remain complicated by its multi-vector foreign policy. Russia remains a key political ally and trading partner, and the two countries share a long history. Yet China's economic influence continues to grow. And, to judge from the English language signage and growing number of coffee shops in a tea-drinking nation, Kazakhstan is increasingly looking to the West.
Climate change is an important topic around the world, and here in Central Asia, it's no different. This country has huge mountains and glaciers, but those glaciers are rapidly changing. Brian Ify reports.
The silence at 10,000 feet in the Tian Shan Mountains is deafening, but what you see is amazing. Pristine glaciers set against blue skies, these living masses of ice are vital organs for over 2 million people in the nearby city of Almaty. People depend on the meltwater for drinking and irrigation. But the glaciers are melting as temperatures in Central Asia increase over time.
As a regular alpine climber, I will say yes, it's true. The glaciers have been changing.
Vitaly Zhdanov, who earned the Snow Leopard Award for summiting the 5 tallest peaks in the former Soviet Union, has seen the effects of climate change firsthand.
Since 1999, when I started to do alpine climbing seriously, a glacier called Maladyozhny has degraded a lot. In the past, we had used special alpine crampons to walk on the glacier. Right now, Glacier Maladyozhny has degraded a lot. There are falling rocks, and the whole path is partially ice, partially rocks.
Since scientists first cataloged the 400 glaciers surrounding Almaty more than 70 years ago, nearly half of that glacial area has vanished.
We're over 11,000 feet above sea level to observe the glacier Tioksu.